Yeah, this is not no good when our files are constantly being push updated. That's you know somewhat of a concern. So here's a 1050. Oh, well, let's load that. And then the other discrepancy one. Now the only size I can find when it was equally populated, the 1055. So I need to keep this phone offline. Oh, here's the 1050s. Okay, 1050s, 1055. I was not seeing that earlier. 1050, 1055. It's supposed to be the same file. Somehow attempted to be mass pushed onto my phone to the effect of replacing the original, which I can get, which is actually I think a different file size than either of these two, off the internet. I believe that one of them does rotate, or I mean, excuse me, one of them does. It is on the internet. It's like 785, and I think that it it should stay that same size, but there may be some sort of, I don't know, download or like file size measurement difference, but I can't imagine it being that large. So it's more so that it's the original, more so likely that it's the original copy, and that you know both other copies, both these copies that I'm about to look at are could be push updated ones. But what I'll do is the screen capture of this playthrough, and then play it on the screen next to the third file size one if I can feel fairly certain that I've gotten an accurate download, because that's a concern as far as this detail goes of the discrepancy files and whatnot. Just even like what I was just seeing, like I was pretty sure that there was I mean, I didn't see any 1050s. I thought I looked at all the files and I found one, and then all of a sudden the normal ones are basically whoever's going to the length and distance of trying to replace the files on my system to reflect some alternate reality is the same people that are doing that in real life in the freaking glass alley or whatever that area is, where all the reflections are, computer laser overdrawn and whatever sort of shit. Big surprise there, huh? Very inculpatory. It's like, what the F? And then it's just like, if that's even like, an indication of like, what the F? Like, it's like all bad, and I hope to say that fucking, we all, like, the world can live through it, because like this sort of shit is like pretty fucking dark. And just like the whole scope of things, and fucking to be quite honest, pretty fucking sad. And would I have cared? Probably. Would I have found out? Would anybody found out? I don't know. But they tried to kill me at the faucet over this shit or some other shit. Who knows? And you want to get someone's attention and really make someone feel some certain way about something. That's what you do, and you hope you don't do it to the fucking person who's not fucking afraid of any of the fucking threat shit, who has everything he needs and has nothing that even exists anyways, and and has the fucking patience to sit through the little fucking delay game attention span shit. Could play that shit all day. So what I'm gonna do here is, rather than have us sit through however many minutes it is, I'm going to take each video and like crop it into the half, which is because up into like the midpoint it's like the same, I believe. You know what? And actually, I should actually look at it frame for frame. Kind of makes me want to. I have this streaming capability, which is actually could be quite useful for this. So I might actually just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There's large swaths of it where it's for it's kind of fortunate to be able to even know how to do that, though, because fucking talk about just another way where it's like possible to get like effed in a dark alley trying to get some water at a public space, fucking on a whole extra level, fucking after all of that fucking shit. And it's not gonna happen though, because as we can see right here, this bullshit is fucking bullshit. You know what I'm actually gonna do? Fast forward it to the middle of the end. Show immediately on the live stream the okay, so here's like, let's fast forward to indicatable frame. Okay, all this fucking okay, there's the water friggin' hose and whatever. The water outlet recessed faucet container. 3-minute clip, 7:53 to 10:54. Okay, and then these little like micro positioning things. Is like, I think it's good to set those so that it goes exactly like frame to frame. And then submit change on that or whatever. Okay, so that was this one. Go clip A, cuts or trim or whatever it is. 3-minute clip. Okay, so here's a 3-minute clip from 7:49 to 10:50, because there's the extra 5 seconds in the other clip. So just for this copy I get, just for this one, we'll start it 5 seconds before and see where it lines up and where it doesn't line up, because I mean, I don't know what else to do with the other 5 seconds. And there's actually multiple ways to view an analysis of this. It's possible to run the one at like 2 minutes and 55 seconds, and then run this other one by its side at 3 minutes, so that you see from the consolidated or the entire last chunk with the 5 seconds and without it, as it would outplay like sort of frame to frame, for the purpose of seeing the entirety, so to say, of the one and the other clip. Because the way it's going to play out with this is the one's going to be 5 seconds ahead at the start, and that might be too far ahead for it to see where the syncing lines up, or it doesn't line up. I mean, it'll be obvious, syncing and non-syncing, but yeah, I guess the last 5 seconds or the last 5 seconds, whatever. But if I started at the same frame in the picture, that's a good way to see what occurs as far as syncing, whatever. So let's see if I can accomplish that. With this one, see where we can find that frame. Okay, right there, okay. Okay. Similar to it. Yeah, it was we'll start that one there. Simple as sort of play as I can think of. I'm guessing the microphone is where it would be for like voice calls on this phone. Maybe this will allow us to hear it. I have the headphone. Check the volume. Sorry, I'm trying to position the headphones in between my pinky and ring finger so that I can. Okay. Anyway, so okay, what we have is the oh shit. It starts playing when you're on. Okay. Oh shit, it starts playing. Okay. Back these up back to where it was. Okay. 0 seconds, and then this one, and set it to. Oh, that's that one still. To the frame where it's same frame. And then I'm just going to play them at that point. So we figure out the sound if I can on as it's going, but this is showing the two different versions of this file that either both or one of has been updated, like through having my Apple ID password, I believe. Because when I went to go change it to the Apple Store, I was getting a lot of erratic behavior. It's on a different stream, or some sort of Bluetooth hack, or maybe one of the apps is insecure, or just because because my model of iPhone is slightly older, it might be one of the ones that's already been disassembled, or however they so it might be just some sort of common knowledge on the internet on how to fucking difficulty trying to do this. Let me reload the little slider app. I want to get these playing sooner than later. Okay, well, I'm going to get any frame near this. It's like they're close enough that you'll be able to see what's going on. It doesn't have to be exact frame. You know what I can do? I can set the time to play very slowly, and then let it play until the frame comes about, and then pause it, and then start them both. Okay. And up here it comes. Oh yeah, that's about the frame. Oh yeah, it looks like about the same frame. Okay, so I'll put this back to 1. 1 times speed, change. And make sure this clip is at 1 times speed. Fuck. This one I don't, it just goes back to the beginning to be at that position. 1 times speed. Cool, okay. And then I start them both by using the AB selection starter. AB selection, both AB videos, and then press play. And we can watch this fucking, you can determine for yourself what you think. It's fucking strange and not enjoyable at all, but fucking it's apparently some yeah, if it's important in this fucking issue, fuck it. Like this sort of this whole fucking topic is unenjoyable and all that sort of shit. Doesn't want to play the audio out of the speakers. Can stop playing. Okay, that's not supposed to. Get this. It should actually start playing from the same position once opened. You can hear the audio is off also. Yeah, you will see hit my hair in my face. Well, I guess we'll see what we'll see. It's definitely like different. If I can have access to your one that's here, the rest of if I can have access to your one that has here, the rest of the sections of the audio have been like taken out. Okay, and then yeah, usually like on the one like okay, then I put on the like that noise like whatever that is like noise like So in this part of what's going on actually, I'm searching through my bag for the pair of pliers, and I couldn't find them in like the side front pocket for that. I'm gonna find the pliers, and I was just like, I've gone all the way down there to like get water, and I was like, oh. You don't have a knife in my hand. Like you don't about getting water, and I was like, looking for the tool to be able to access the water, and I was like, I'm a little bit embarrassed and stuff. Trying to like, I mentioned something that I was like, oh, I had no like couldn't find it, but one thing like that. And that is me dropping my thumb as I'm like about to go open the thing to get the water. That's why you kind of hear it drop, and then kind of just like the ongoings go on. Yeah, there was a like the part that is in the other ones wasn't in either of those ones. Like some of the weird shit that's in the other ones wasn't in either of those ones, and like I can prove that like right now. I can load one up in the fucking against one of the other two, or in the whole fucking speech I just was fucking giving about everything regarding this topic and watch my iPhone act erratically. I wish I knew for sure I was on offline. Let me get in airplane mode if I can. Fuck it. Alright, well now I'm in airplane mode. Maybe that'll help fucking... Sorry for all the cussing. Yeah, so to load different clips in this movie, you have to, or in the program, you have to like reload the program. Seems doable. Okay, so let's see what we have here at the bottom. What the hell was that? See? Ah, motherfucker. Sorry. Small inconsistencies and things like sketch me out. It's like when you see your operating system like double over by another operating system. That's never pleasant. Alright, let's see what's on the camera roll as far as choices of this file at the bottom. Because where it's arranged by date, they all arrange at the bottom because they're files from 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something. 1050s, 1055s. Okay, so that's good. Both of the files are there. The mirrored one, the other mirrored one, and so then let's grab one of these. So that's a 1051, and then let's load. Yeah, let's load like this one. See what one this one is. Okay, so it's just like the single. It's not but 2 frames of rendering. It's just the one. Okay, weird. Well, let's. I don't see the start frame. Okay, there's a start frame. Okay, well let's see. So I get the feeling that it wasn't a full playthrough, sort of, or something. Let me see, like, what's going on there where there's those 2 frames in the scene. Okay, so it looks like it was the attempt to compare files. I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm gonna just try again with a different file than that one, see if I can find one that's normal, or see if I can find one that's what I was expecting, which was one of the comparison screen captures. Yeah, like this one is, I think, one of those, definitely. Okay. And so, I wonder what speed, when I was doing this, match that speed, or actually maybe even, multiply up the speed. Okay, so some of the frames that there weren't like, okay, like, see these like fucking really just like these frames, those are like some those frames like don't exist in reality. They're like fabricated and shit. Fucking Hsjcn Tron even just like fucking view back. It's like barely even fucking. Using the calculator to calculate the individual frame pieces. So that's like what it like used to look like. That it didn't really look like this time, where there's like one of the ones the face is all like shadowed over and fucking super just sketchy. Like I don't, even remember seeing that in the one we were just seeing. Really, it's fucking horrible. Like all the audios, and I didn't record the audio with these ones, unfortunately, because I was listening to the audio while I was. And it's just it was a screen capture too. I didn't really realize at that time that you could record the audio of screen captures. So let's see if I can figure out where a playback starts. Yeah, I remember. So I was trying to like match like the exact like number of frames and start it like at the exact time and see like what, and like try and figure out how many frames to subtract to get the 4 seconds, or how many like of the time code or whatever to get like the 4 seconds to start or to be like adjusting, and see if I could really see some like overlaying discrepancies. And it turns out that the discrepancies are so numerous that either way I played it back, it was plainly obvious that it was out of sync and all this sort of other shit. Okay, so here's one. Okay, this is, see those 2 frames right there? That's like the frame. It's like the fucking the one. It's like the frame with the. Right near the water fucking part, or the water fucking spigot part. You right? It's like one of these sort of frames. I think that was the frame almost right there. Got the light in the corner sort of thing. Something similar to that. Oh yeah, look at what's coming off of the faucet too. I don't know if you can see, and I can't really. There's like a fucking power line or something coming right off the faucet, and when you zoom in on it on the picture, you see like a bolt and like a wire. It's like, I think it's like that frame or something. What, this frame? Oh. Okay. This frame? So I keep forgetting to fucking have the camera pointing at the screen and checking to make sure it's in focus and shit. Okay. It's one of these frames, something like this. Okay, let's see if it's near enough that we can see some sort of. Okay, yeah, that's the frame right there. Easy to find it. It's like. Fuck, what the fuck? Okay, and watch, when we go to play it back, let's see how efficient the like fucking ghost bot fucking effective at getting it to freeze or fucking be different or the similar to what we're trying to see if it's similar to. Because the fucking processing problem is. Should you really see all this effort? I don't think so. I'm just gonna look at the time code and fucking use that. Let's see, what do we have here? Um, so it looks like it's queued to play back at 1 time speed. Oh, this is really focusable. That's pretty cool. So, okay, 1 time speed, perfect. Let's do that then. How much time is left on this one? Oh, wait, okay, cool. Fuck, and why does it always have to do that? Okay, stop, damn it. What the fuck? That's not, yeah, that doesn't play there. Oh, did you, what the, damn it, did you see that? Just fucking fell off the fucking screen. Fucking just like replaced or some shit. Alright, not acceptable. Try this one more time. Just fucking, hopefully, 12-minute file select. I need to fucking get these files off of this system though. That's gonna be helpful, right? Power this thing down like ASAP. But you know, this is vital as well though. Fucking what are all those pictures and all that bullshit? What's up with those one frames where it's like fucking trying to show it together and shit? Okay, fucking this frame. Find the frame, but I'm gonna be able to fucking select this one, edit the time of it, pull the end back to where it fucking ends. Pull the beginning to the frame. Alright, well I guess it's the start of where the frames match up and it's not all whack and missing and shit. Because that's definitely not the way it played back. It played back frame for frame for the 12 minutes. I'm fairly certain of that. Like it's like moving even right now as we speak. What the fuck? Okay, so get the fucking micro time code, change. Micro time code, change. Maybe it'll help lock it into. Okay, so now it's playing. That wasn't really. Okay, but now I can rewind it. Okay, now let's get video B up that frame. Or video A. I'm gonna have to look at the time code. I'm not gonna be able to figure it out because it's not showing the keyframes. Alright, back to this video. 778. Back to this video, 778. If we can do that. Be cutting it. Oh, should I? Do a look at. So how long is it? This one is 2:15. Okay. So A 2:15 from the end, because did I end it at the end thing frame? Okay. Let me see. Trim. End frame. Got that weird thing showing that it's the starting frame and the end frame, right? Whatever. Okay, so let's go 2 minutes 12 seconds, and it's not the end, but fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna know that. Well, I can't fucking catch the right keyframe to find out where the start is, and the end is somewhat different than. See if it's a notable time code. 77893. Yeah, because I don't think that means anything in regard to the other video. Shitty. No, the screen is means like no, it's all fucking faded out fucking. So airplane mode didn't work too well as far as staying fucking hack free. I'm gonna have to get out a screwdriver and fucking wrap this thing in foil or something. Maybe connect it to something, connect it to a network or something so that it can't be just randomly connecting to whatever network it wants to be connecting to. Some shit. Turn on my fucking shit. It's fucking terrifying. That's like someone trying to fucking set me up to fucking with fucking imitated video influence. Like what the holy fucking fuck? The I've like felt that way since you know, by chance surviving the fucking apply or death kick to the face on the move that they tried to do or whatever, and it just keeps getting worse. Like fucking because of the fucking fucking just circumstances and the added circumstances and the fucking you know oh yeah, like fucking I feel fucking lucky to be me though, because I would see like some some likelihood that a person would succumb to some of the fucking overall extended fucking directed fucking specified core fucking like psychological fucking terror fucking intimidation tactic shit all together and have some sort of like fucking crisis scenario. That's funny. I guess I must just like look like the everyday average person like anyone else. Sadly though for them, because you just you want to have a some sort of general baseline regard for a person, regardless of what they look like, because that's my purpose in life. And you fucking think that if someone's fucking overcomable or not based on however it is you think that my look, my fucking action or my demeanor or whatever, when I'm trying to get some water, and see how far the rabbit hole goes. And I don't think you have a job anymore or a whole bunch of other shit, and it's just getting worse. And guess you should maybe regard that fucking person isn't just some sort of fucking disregardable detail or some sort of shit. I really don't appreciate it personally. And no one appreciates that you have gone through whatever fucking lengths to fucking push files and fucking obscure fucking shit. And you'll find out how it turns out, because I'm a patient person, and I appear not to know what I'm doing when I don't know what I'm doing, and in other scenarios, it's just one of those things, that you can try all you want to think that you know or understand or can interpret, and you may be right. But in the end, what's right isn't about what you think of as being either A or B. What's right is a larger concept than that. And I have all the time I've spent doing everything that I do, and all of the thoughts during those activities And that may come as a surprise to you, but it's unique to my being. And if you think you know what that is, then, well, we'll find out if you're accurate or not. And the great part is, for me, it's not going to matter, because I already know anything I need to know, and this issue is something that I'm happy I'm able to be the bucket that the drop falls into, rather than someone else, because it's like you had some sort of like notion that you know it was just surface level depth that I am in. Maybe you're right, but as of yet, I think you haven't found out if that is all there is to me. So I have just to say, what I said when you initially fucking revealed your fucking disregard for like existence, or at least mine. And that is dude, what the fuck, and all that sort of shit. Because when it comes down to it, as the conversation carries on, I am still here talking about it. And I will be until the problem is solved. Though I do know, after I'm done with this, there's going to be a fucking host load of fucking advocating for appeals of anybody who's had any situation anywhere describably similar to this, and in any connection with anybody of the fucking faces that follow me around throughout the day. Because there's no way to have a fair chance against a certain sort of I guess exploitation and compromise of modern day security. If it is when it comes down to being at the level of what we're like able to see here, is fucking a tactic to, you know, have an advantage over you know, the public or the fucking residents or the, you know, local inhabitants of your area or wherever it is that you know, the overall sum and ability of those technological advantages equates to fucking you know, laser drawing fucking real-time shit on fucking windows and all this other sort of shit. Like, see these vastly different frame looks up here? And, yeah. Horrible. Entirely fucking one of the, like, numerous fucking things that screams fucking just, like, not even fathomably fucking okay, fully just fucking treachery, fucking if you want to know my opinion on this topic and know I happen to be involved in it in the level that I am, that and because you know, it's directly involves me and it's directly stemming from you know, an initial fucking 10th trap in a fucking row that I fucking willingly went into, giving a, you know, my fucking trust in you know, the benefit of the doubt that there's just, you know, certain like lines in the fucking reality that people who are, you know, the types of people that are society members have and don't cross, such as, you know, allowing somebody to do something, giving them the go-ahead, and then once they go to do it, trying to, you know, create a crater in their face with their own pair of pliers that they're using to do that thing, which is open a faucet in this case. Like, I was fucking upfront and on the level with you about everything the whole time, and tried multiple times to, fucking just be, congenial and nice with you, as in, just like, hey, I'm gonna need to get some water again. I'm gonna get some water. I just want to let you know, sort of thing. And, I now realize that it probably goes a little bit further than that. There's, is it, it's, yeah, it's too bad I have video of me getting the first, serving of water completely successfully, including that part of it. It's really something I've done hundreds of times. It's those faucets are everywhere in the city. That's the it's really a travesty that the city even allows there to be any sort of function such as that you might have to pull out a tool in order to get water, because that in itself is just fucking a trap. It's in itself. It's like, okay, so a person has to pull out a tool to get water. So then at that point, anyone can attack the person and say, oh, they pulled out a tool. I thought they were gonna, do something with a tool, like fucking. And I'm upset and disappointed in that whole scope of reality, and it's not unobvious, and it's not unobvious to other people also, because all of a sudden now you see a lot of these faucets being renovated and put with handles on them. Great idea. It's not like it's unobvious that there's just something not so great about the siphon key layout, or whatever it's called. And I'm gonna post a video soon of various glass blowing lessons I recorded that are showing me, demonstrating me using those pliers for minutes on end and fucking specific precision fucking grip on the screen, molding, sculpting molten glass, just because, even though it's not unobvious because of the hundreds of pictures I have of glass artwork, but it may be even, because from the point of view of myself, knowing everything I know about myself, everything is like fits together and is something that makes more sense than just seeing or hearing some of this fucking footage. And I can see where some of the misunderstanding or whatever it is would come in from such a sort of fucking different sort of knowledge of things, just even knowledge of the public open space fucking programming or whatever it is, public open space zoning fucking laws. Would I go and act sort of, I guess, the way that I did at a place that wasn't specifically a public open space, with signs, plaques in the ground to indicate that it is and all that sort of shit. No, I'm not really like a fucking that sort of audacious sort of individual. I, have a knowledge of what places are the equivalent of a park and that I can get water from without having to, uh, answer to a person A, B, or C. And if you want to, disenfranchise me of my basic civil right to access public space, I'm not going to be anything other than as vocally and expressively succinct and, hopefully effective as possible. Because if I know that a place is a public open space, I assume that, people that work there know that as well. And, I'm not always right in that assumption, but I try to take that into account and be amenities is going to be installed, provided, then the permit is granted. Other than that, the permit has a limit at a certain number of stories and a certain number of square footage of whatever, and that's in place to preserve the beauty of life in San Francisco. If there wasn't that in place, it would be all like fucking just basically like a concrete like fucking exoskeletal like fucking tomb or something. It's like all these new places that are cropping up with all of the cool public space aspects that they have to install within them are an example of a balanced model of the right amount of fucking shit in the right places. And that started with fucking the financial district in the 60s and such, like that giant plaza with the piano fountain in it and shit. Yeah, that's a giant open space that's supposed to be like, a courtyard for just like, miscellany and the art is required to be 1% of the amount that's spent on the building is spent on art to dedicate to San Francisco. Because they don't want San Francisco to just become a fucking commercial capital, exoskeletal tomb. It's always been an art culture fucking world presence citadel slash just a leader in everything, culture and fucking life. And the effects of all of those fucking bylaws are very, very much appreciated. Like, the overall outcome is there's like hundreds of sculptures in downtown and fucking it's enjoyable and all that sort of shit. Not all of the sculptures are curated enjoyably. Some of them are like off access and like in fucking roped off situations that say closed and shit, when it's not closed. It's like still open, it just says closed, and that makes no sense. But people like feel this whole fear of like a word on a page or something, and it's eventually going to result in the demilitarization of the outdoors when it comes to be realized that the whole concept of outdoor security is not what it should be. It's not a security concern when someone is like somewhere, unless they're harming someone else, and that's a whole lot different than, sitting on a chair or, looking through a backpack or something like that. Like, I'm not trying to edit this video, I'm trying to edit the other video. Whoops. Trying to edit this one. Position it for playback. Maybe we can see some sync differences. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? My bad. By the way, did I mention I feel a certain sort of way about the whole public open space thing and outdoor civil rights disenfranchisement? I don't know if I mentioned that, but I intended to, intone it when I was first trying to help explain that the location was public open space, etc., etc. All those robot hands shit, like, what the hell? Okay, well, these robot hands, oh, fuck, I keep forgetting the fucking... Okay, where's the robot hand scene? Okay. So that's what we're gonna see. I'm gonna change it by a couple clicks because it doesn't need to be exact, but if it's being altered with, it's probably going to be dependent on these micro fucking measurements. And you know, you always gotta try and fucking keep it real. See if it's see what is real if you can determine it by analysis. Okay, let's see what's going on with this one here. So why is it got the same exact time code like fucking 1050? Okay, no, that was a little bit. Yeah, I don't need to change that much. My bad. Where's the X? Oh, come on. Here's this applet here that I was supposed to. Okay, so that's let's. Oh, cool. Let's do that frame. Yeah. Okay. Didn't change or whatever.
And so that's how I mean it. He was like her best friend.
Very cool. I'm going to check out maybe once. This is like a soccer. Yeah. Thank you.